to be exact, in his 3 seasons. That ranks 38th among 39 qualified quarterbacks since 2018. Now, Darnold averaged 6.6 yards per pass attempt with the Jets. Again, that ranks him near the bottom of the league at 35th among 39 qualified quarterbacks over the last 3 seasons. Now, the newest Panther posted a total QBR of 44 in his career with the Jets. That ranks him 38th in the NFL over that span. He posted a total QBR of 40 last season. That's by far the worst in his 3 seasons with the Jets. Now, the addition of Darnold works for the Panthers, given that there's not a long-term commitment involved. Darnold has only 1 year and just under $5 million in guaranteed money remaining on his rookie deal. The club will have a choice of picking up or declining his 5th-year option by next month. So, here's Panthers GM Scott Fitterer with more on the deal.
Going back to when he was coming out of USC, he's a guy that I really liked. Liked the competitor, liked the toughness, the ability to move in the pocket. He can make big plays, down the field with his arm. So, all those things really stood out about him. And I just think in this offense with Joe Brady, with Matt Rule, the weapons that we have around him, that he can take that next step with us. Overall, the whole idea of bringing Sam in was to raise the competition level at the position and get to where we need to be.
And the man who broke the story, Adam Schefter, is here with us now. Adam, there was so much talk over the last couple of months or so about whether Darnold would get moved or not. How did this deal get done?
Ryan, I think the fact of the matter is the Jets looked at Zach Wilson's workout at BYU and said, how can we not take this quarterback with this upside? And the fact of the matter is the Jets have been talking to teams all along. And the Carolina Panther conversations have been going on in recent weeks. And the Panthers started out by offering a 4th-round draft pick. And obviously, in recent days, they came up and up and up to the point where, in the end, the Jets get 3 picks back from Carolina. A 6th-round pick this year, the 2 picks next year, including a 2nd-rounder. That sealed the deal for the Jets. The Jets now trade Sam Darnold, and that locks the Jets into taking a quarterback at number 2. So right now, Ryan, you could put it down in permanent Sharpie. Quarterback 1, quarterback 2, quarterback 3. The Atlanta Falcons are on the clock at number 4.
Okay, there you have it. Now the Panthers have the 8th pick in the draft later this month. Many believe that they were going to be aggressive in going after a quarterback, even with Teddy Bridgewater still on the roster. So what does today's move mean for Carolina?
What it means is that Sam Darnold is going to be their starting quarterback. They're going to pick up the 5th-year option on his contract. Look, when the Carolina Panthers were having trade conversations with the Detroit Lions about Matthew Stafford, they offered Teddy Bridgewater to the Lions in return for Matthew Stafford, along with the 8th overall pick. And so Teddy Bridgewater's future in Carolina is uncertain. Sam Darnold is going to be the starting quarterback there. And the Panthers made this move, Ryan, because they recognized that at number 8, they were not going to get the quarterback that they wanted, whether that was Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson or Mac Jones or Trey Lance or Justin Fields. They felt a lot more comfortable and confident in trading the 3 picks to the Jets today rather than waiting around to see if by chance one of these quarterbacks unlikely slips to the number 8 selection. And that tells you once again that there's going to be a rush on quarterbacks later this month when the NFL draft gets underway in Cleveland.
Okay, making this NFL draft very interesting. Adam Schefter, again, breaking the story. Sam Darnold traded to the Carolina Panthers. Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
And let's go over those picks again. With the Sam Darnold trade, the Jets received a 6th-round pick in this month's draft, plus 2nd and 4th-round picks in the 2022 draft. Now, as a result, New York has 2 picks in each of the first 2 rounds next season. Now listen to this. The Jets now have a total of 21 draft picks over the next 2 years. And much more to come on the Jets trading Sam Darnold to the Panthers. Mel Kiper Jr. is live to assess the quarterback domino effect from today's major move.
We are just a few hours away from tip-off of the college national title game. And this is quite the matchup, Brian. At 31-0, Gonzaga seeks to become the first team to win a national title while going undefeated since Indiana did it back in 1976. The Zags are the 10th team to reach the title game as an undefeated team, the first since 1979, back when Larry Bird and Indiana State did it. These 2 teams, by the way, have a win percentage of .96. .667 this season. That's the best ever by two teams playing in the title game. That edges the .965 combined win percentage by North Carolina and Kansas back in 1957 in that title game. It's very fitting, all this talk about the new bloods this season. We got a first-time national champion in this game. This is nothing new, though, because Virginia was a first-timer back in 2019. So this means that we'll have back-to-back first-time national champions for the first time since 2002-2003. Here's Reese Davis and the College Game Day crew with more on the matchup.
By record 14 consecutive weeks, Gonzaga and Baylor 1-2 in the AP poll, and we have two teams meeting for the national championship. A rare occurrence when you can almost without any subjectivity at all, purely objectively say the two best teams are playing for the national championship tonight. College Game Day coming up top of the hour on ESPN2. Hope you'll join us then. Look, this is a matchup we thought we were going to see 4 months ago. Now we see it for the title. What's the key matchup tonight?
For me, it's Drew Timme inside against the frontline centers of Baylor. Flo Thamba's got to be able to get on that offensive glass and be a scorer down on the inside. And Jonawa Chachua, when he comes off the bench, he's got to screen and roll, seal inside, get on the offensive glass as well to try to get some fouls on Drew Timme, who's averaging 22 points a game in this tournament.
Yeah, and I think it's Corey Kispert against Mark Vidal and Matt Meyer, because you talk about Kispert, his ability, 48% from the three-point line. He's so good without the ball. You turn your head, boom, he's front cutting you. You got to find him in transition. He's going to knock down threes. On the other end, I think you got to make Kispert defend. You got to go at him, make him defend, maybe get him foul trouble, and for Mark Vidal, get to the offensive glass.
There's so many great matchups in this game, but I'm going to go with Jalen Suggs going against Davion Mitchell, the two best athletes, most explosive, most dynamic, going head-to-head, and both are excellent passers, excellent in transition. I think the better on-ball defender is Davion Mitchell. He's going to give Jalen Suggs a lot of problems with his pressure, with his explosiveness, his ability to get up underneath him. That's going to be a real challenge for Jalen Suggs, but he's shown the ability to rise to challenges.
Yeah, I would say so. It's going to be a great matchup for sure all the way around. These two teams with the highest combined winning percentage of any two teams to play in the national championship game. The last time Gonzaga played for the title, they lost to North Carolina, and the Tar Heels making some news as Hubert Davis, our former colleague, has been named the head coach at North Carolina, succeeding Roy Williams. We got Roy's blessing and his approval, and now he will step in, Hubert, with his first head coaching job. Takes over at North Carolina. This is the resume. He played 4 seasons for Dean Smith, was a terrific NBA player for a dozen years, started his career playing for Pat Riley. So he's been around some tremendous coaches, worked 7 years with us as an analyst and spent the last 9 years as Roy Williams' assistant. Been getting more and more responsibility over the course of time under Roy, and now steps into the job. What's your reaction to it?
Well, first, on a personal level, I couldn't be happier for Hubert Davis. I don't know a better guy than Hubert. Not only off the floor, but on the floor, he understands the game as well as anybody I know. He's just a great basketball man, and he's a man of substance. And I think he's the right person at the right time for North Carolina to step in. You know, we've talked about it before. Dean Smith was not a head coach when he was hired at the University of North Carolina. Roy Williams wasn't a head coach when he was hired at Kansas. He's not been a head coach except for the JV team, but he's absolutely prepared for this, and I think he'll knock it out of the park.
He's the perfect fit. He was a tremendous player. He loves Carolina. He sat right next to Roy Williams for the last 9 years. I'm sure learned a great deal. He's going to be a terrific recruiter. He's going to be a better coach. But most importantly, it goes back to the Carolina way. He's going to be a great mentor for those young players. And they're going to understand that this is more than basketball, although he's fiercely competitive, and he's going to help them fulfill their potential on the court and off the court, and hopefully develop young people like he was developed when he was part of the Carolina family.
Yeah, he's the perfect choice. I mean, he's been there for 9 years, and to your point,